Welcome back to Behind the Magic. Today's story takes us beyond the fireworks, beyond the fairy tales, and deep into the blueprint beneath it all. This isn't just another Disneyland video. It's an expose on how the world's most magical place quietly became one of the most calculated environments on Earth. So before you plan your next trip, buckle in. Because once you see what's really behind the magic, you'll never walk down Main Street the same way again. You think you've seen Disneyland, but you haven't. Not really, because the version that lives in your memory, the one full of smiles, magic, and childhood dreams, has quietly transformed. Piece by piece, line by line, dollar by dollar, what started as a park built on imagination has become a system built on data, algorithms, and emotional engineering. And before you visit again, you need to see what's hiding in plain sight. Decades ago, Walt Disney walked these same paths and said his park would never be completed. But he didn't mean it the way it feels today. Back then, never completed meant innovation. New rides, new lands, new dreams. Today, it means something else. Constant restructuring, constant upcharges, constant change designed to keep you paying and returning before you even realize what's missing. Families used to save for years just to go once. It was a pilgrimage, an escape into another world. But in 2025, it's something different. Now you plan your day with apps, Genie Plus timers, and lightning lanes that expire faster than your patience. The magic now lives behind screens, subscriptions, and price tags. It's still beautiful, but the beauty hides a blueprint. And that blueprint, it starts before you even step foot inside the park. Disney's website tracks your preferences, your past visits, your favorite foods, even how long you hovered over Park Hopper. Before you arrive, the company already knows which rides you'll prioritize, which snacks you'll crave, and what time you'll open your wallet. Every magical moment has a spreadsheet behind it. The moment you walk under that iconic train station arch and read the words, "Here you leave today," you've already entered a world engineered for psychological immersion. The scent of popcorn, pumped through vents at precise intervals. The music on Main Street, composed to match your walking pace, keeping the crowd flow consistent, and your mood light. You're not just visiting Disneyland, you're participating in its behavioral experiment. And that's not an exaggeration. Former Imagineers have confirmed that every inch of the park, from the curvature of pathways to the colors of trash cans, is designed to guide emotion. Warm tones near food stalls to stimulate appetite. Cooler shades near queues to calm frustration. Even the trash bins are never more than 30 steps apart to prevent litter and subconscious stress. It's perfection disguised as spontaneity. But here's where things take a darker turn. The same science that once built joy is now building dependence. Genie Plus, Lightning Lane, and dynamic pricing systems are designed to create microbursts of frustration, followed by instant relief once you pay to skip the line. It's not just efficiency, it's psychology, manufactured scarcity wrapped in the illusion of choice. Ever wonder why the standby lines feel longer than they used to? It's not just attendance, it's architecture. The way those queues zigzag, the way you can see the Lightning Lane guests passing you, it's deliberate. That visible comparison triggers a powerful emotion. FOMO. You're supposed to feel left out. And just when it peaks, an app notification conveniently reminds you, upgrade now for faster access. That moment is no accident. It's a design of contrast, delight and denial, joy and tension. The same storytelling Disney perfected in movies is now playing out in real time at the parks. Only this time, you are the character, and the climax ends with a purchase. Still, even amidst the commercialization, something pure survives. Maybe it's the way a little girl's face lights up at the first sight of the castle, or the way an older couple holds hands during the fireworks. For a heartbeat, you remember why Walt built it in the first place, to create a place where dreams felt tangible. But even dreams can be repackaged, resold, and rewritten. Disneyland's evolution didn't happen overnight. It began quietly, with the removal of free Fast Pass, then the introduction of paid tiers, then the shift from guest experience to guest engagement. Each change seemed small, harmless, even logical. But over time, the park's DNA shifted from storytelling to strategy, from wonder to metrics. Behind closed doors, Disney's Imagineers still dream. But now, their sketches go through finance departments first. Before a new ride gets built, its merchandise tie-ins, social media potential, and queue monetization are already mapped. It's not, what magic can we create? It's, how many guests can we optimize per hour? When you start to notice it, it's everywhere. The popcorn carts, near bottlenecks. The cho stands where lines split. The placement of trash cans near scent-marketed kiosks. The random character appearances that appear just as you're about to leave. It's all scripted. A theme park wrapped in an invisible screenplay written in data and dollars. But here's the twist. You still love it. Even when you know how it works, you can't help but feel that flutter in your chest when the fireworks start. Because beneath the algorithms, there's still an artistry that defies logic. The Imagineers who paint, build, and design, they still care. The problem isn't the magic, it's the management of it. Let's talk about crowd control. In the early days, Disney used human intuition, cast members who read the crowd and adjusted flow. Now they use AI heat maps. Thousands of cameras analyze guest movement, predicting congestion hours before it happens. The park learns your habits, redirecting you without you even noticing. That detour to the haunted mansion, it might not have been your idea at all, and yet, that's part of what makes it so fascinating. Disneyland isn't just a park, it's a living organism. A self-correcting, profit-maximizing machine disguised as happiness. It studies you, learns from you, and evolves to keep you enchanted. That's not magic, it's mastery. And it's why this video exists. Because every guest deserves to know when the magic stops being innocent. The cost of that innocence is rising. A one-day ticket that once cost $39 now soars past $179 on peak days. Add Genie Plus, meals, and souvenirs, and a single family can easily hit $1,000 before sunset. And yet, year after year, they still come. Because you're not just buying access, you're buying a feeling. Disney calls it emotional investment. They've studied how nostalgia affects decision-making. The same person who might skip a $10 movie ticket will spend $40 for a mini pretzel because it connects to a childhood memory. That's not irrational. That's psychological loyalty, built over decades of storytelling precision. The irony? Walt Disney himself once said he never wanted money to be what defined his dream. He wanted families to leave their worries outside the gates. But those gates have changed. Today, they open into a world where joy costs extra, where choice is tiered, and where leaving your worries requires a credit card with no limit. And yet, despite all that, you still walk down Main Street and feel it. The faint hum of nostalgia, the smell of caramel, the way the lights glow just before the parade begins. It's irresistible. Disney's greatest achievement isn't its attractions, it's its ability to make you care even when you know better. There's a psychological term for that, cognitive dissonance. It's when your heart and your head disagree and emotion wins. You know, the price is high, the waits are long, and the system's manipulative, but it doesn't matter because the emotional payoff is bigger than the logical one. That's not a coincidence. That's design. Imagineers call it emotional throughput. Every ride isn't just about the mechanics. It's about how many smiles per minute they can create. But lately, the smiles are harder to maintain. Not because the rides are worse, but because the expectations are higher. Every guest arrives chasing a memory, not an experience. And that's where Disney's biggest challenge lies. How do you sell nostalgia without destroying it? How do you update magic without making it mechanical? The answer is hidden in the way the park moves, constantly, subtly, like a living film reel editing itself in real time. You might think you're revisiting the same Disneyland from your childhood, but you're not. The bricks, the pathways, the storefronts, many have been replaced, repainted, redesigned. Even the old rides have new soundtracks and lighting. It's a place forever pretending to be timeless, while secretly changing every season. Even the weather isn't entirely natural. Certain areas use misting systems not just to cool guests, but to enhance photo quality during daylight hours. Artificial humidity boosts color saturation in cameras, making photos look more magical. It's not just your memories that are curated, it's your social media proof of them. And while the guests post and tag, Disney tracks the data. Hashtags, geolocation, timing, all feed back into analytics that decide future ad campaigns and park layouts. Every selfie, every story, every magical moment becomes marketing material. You are both the audience and the advertisement. Still, there's something oddly poetic about it. Disneyland has become a mirror of the modern world, half authenticity, half algorithm. You go there searching for something pure, and what you find is a reflection of how deeply we all crave meaning. Maybe that's why, even knowing all this, people still call it the happiest place on earth. Behind every parade float, every character smile, and every chuo stand, there's a team calculating perfection. But there's also a human heart. The cast members who stay late, repainting fences, and cleaning walkways aren't doing it for profit margins. They're doing it because, somewhere deep down, they still believe in Walt's dream. And that dream, no matter how commercialized, still means something. It's what keeps people coming back, hoping that between the price hikes and Genie passes, they'll still catch that feeling they had as kids. Maybe that's what keeps Disneyland alive, not the magic itself, but the human desire to feel it again. So before you visit Disneyland again, ask yourself, what are you really looking for? The magic you remember, or the version you're being sold? Because they're not the same anymore. But maybe if you look closely enough, you can still find pieces of the original dream hidden beneath the merchandise racks and mobile apps. When the park closes and the lights dim on Main Street, something happens that few ever see. Cast members sweep up popcorn kernels, music fades to silence, and for a brief moment, Disneyland feels human again. Raw, quiet, imperfect. That's the real magic, not the fireworks or the fantasy, but the fleeting glimpse of sincerity underneath it all. Because at the end of the day, the magic was never in the rides, the tickets, or the slogans. It was in the connection between people, families, strangers, and dreams. That's something no algorithm can replicate, and no corporation can own. It's what Walt meant all along. So go ahead, visit again. Just don't walk through those gates blindly. See the tricks, the tactics, the genius behind the illusion. Appreciate the engineering, but don't forget the emotion. Because the moment you understand how the magic works, it becomes even more magical. And as the final firework bursts above Sleeping Beauty's castle, remember this: Disneyland isn't a place, it's a mirror. It reflects who we are, what we long for, and what we're willing to believe in again and again. You've seen the rides, you've felt the magic. Now you know what's behind it. Subscribe to Behind the Magic, because next time, we're uncovering the secret Disney doesn't want you to find.